What's good, everybody? This is Ryan McKee, and this is The New Perspective. This channel intention is to bring awareness and enlightenment to the unseen, tackling the real issues, breaking through mental barriers to discover, unlock, and understand your true propensity, to create passion that will spark desire to build from the inside out. Now, as you know, mental health is on the rise, whether it's through childhood trauma, toxic ways. I know when I was going through my series of depression, I didn't have anyone to support or understand or even educate me on the right way of dealing with it. And I think we as a community, we can help each other heal. And I think healing is needed in our community. And it's up to us to make a difference. So, with that being said, I hope that this channel can alleviate some of that pain. I hope that I can touch and change lives through this channel. Because at the end of the day, it should all be nothing but peace and love. So let the healing start today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ryan McKee from A New Perspective. Today we'll be talking about understanding growth. Now, last week we talked about structure and discipline. So let's get into understanding growth. Now, the first thing I would like to talk about is accepting failure. You know, failures are going to happen in life. But you have to understand, I honestly believe, in my opinion, that it's to build overall strength. You know, I believe it's to build overall strength to help you go into a new part of life, you know, a new stage in life, where so you might need these lessons to help you do that. I mean, that's just my opinion. Sometimes we might go through stuff and then we'll be in victim mentality of, you know, man, like why this had to happen to me, and you know, I don't understand. But you know, it's all for a greater purpose. And you know, we may not always see it or we may not always understand it, but part of growth is going through the pain. Part of growth is understanding why it happened for you instead of happening to you. You know, that pain, you know, that pain just builds strength, and it just builds tough skin over time. And you might need it for greater mission in life. So, you know, a lot of us, you know, including myself, you know, we may complain about it, but eventually the stuff that you would complain about a year from now, you probably won't really think about it. You probably would actually, you know, be thankful of that pain, because without it, you won't be able to stand the test of what's going on, right? So, you know, you, like I said, you might experience heavy trials and tribulations. It might just not, you know, might not click to you of why is this happening, you know, or it might just be a domino effect. You know, lose your job, this happened, that happened. You know, might have lost a loved one or whatever, and then you like I'm still here. Something it's gotta mean something, and most of the time it well, all the time it does, but we just have to be patient to find out what that is. I think the goal is okay. So I was watching this I was watching two things. I was watching. So I was on YouTube and I was watching this Shaolin monk, and he said with the highs and lows, you kind of want to be in between life. You kind of like want to balance yourself out, so you know you don't get too high, you don't get too low. You kind of stay in between, and there's some science to that. It's like if you know life come with the highs and lows, I'm like, damn, that makes sense to stay in between, to go with the flow of life instead of rejecting the flow because you're too high or you're too low. You know, Bruce Lee said, you know, be like water. I'm pretty sure a lot of you heard of that. You know, you put water in a glass, it become the glass. You put in a bathtub, it become the bathtub. You put in the sink, it become the sink. It flows. You know, I hope that makes sense to a lot of you guys, because at first I didn't know what they was talking about. Honestly, I didn't. But now, you know, I understand the flow when you kind of, like I said, like when we take the emotions out of a lot of things, a lot of stuff start to make sense. I'm not to say be emotionless. I'm not saying just walk around here like you hard, like nothing bothers you. I'm not saying it. I'm saying a lot of stuff don't require our emotion. Don't require our energy. And a lot of times, a lot of stuff we can get done if we logically think about it more than emotionally think about it. A lot of, like I said, I think it was last video or 2 videos ago, where I talked about emotions, energy, and motion. Sometimes our emotion can drive us to do and think things that are not technically true, or not technically, it's just something that we probably could create in our mind. And it's very possible to let our emotion take control over our logical state. Not falling victim to circumstances or environment. I'm going to say this, because a lot of times people think where you from is who you are and all that, and you owe loyalty to certain parts, or that's who you always will be. Just certain stigmas what people would put on you just because, like, it'll make you feel like, guilty, or make you feel like you owe people something and all that. Nah. So, where you are is not who you are. And what had happened, or what is currently happening, is shaping who you are, but is not who you will always be. I'm going to say that again. Where you are is not who you are. And what has happened, or what is currently happening, is shaping you, but that's not who you will always be. So that's basically what I said. It's, I could be anywhere and I'm still me. I'm never my environment. I could blend in with my environment. I could be a part of my environment. I could even embody some qualities and traits of my environment, but I'm not my environment. I'm me. I'm an individual. The same with the what had happened, or what is currently happening, is shaping who you are, but it's not who you will be. Every experience have an imprint on your life. I had this one friend where he said he missed a specific place, and he called it home. I said, no, home is where you go. And wherever you go, you take a piece of that and you add it to your home, because that's part of you. Every experience that we go through, every place that we ever went to is a part of us now. It's a part of our history. It's a part of our legacy. Well, yeah, in a sense. But everywhere we go have an imprint on us. So we take and we add to our home. Remember, we're individuals. So, you have to understand, every day, everything is constantly evolving. Right? Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. So if everything is constantly evolving, that means you have to evolve too. Think of nature. Look at what's going on. Everything's constantly moving. Everything. Nothing is just really just standing still. Even if it seems like it. Everything's progressing. Another thing. Expect failure. Denzel Washington said, if you don't fail, you're not even trying. Which is true. He was talking about also failing forward. You don't failure is the stepping stone to success. Right? So okay, so I have a story, right? Teaching my son how to tie his shoes. Right? Now when I was his age, it was way harder for me to do. I was in the house all day trying to figure out how to tie my shoes. Try to do it how my twin was doing it. We was in competition with each other, and he got it like this. And my dad tried to teach me, and I was in there for hours and hours and hours. To this day, I still don't tie my shoes like everybody, like the way he taught me. I had learned my own way. I taught my own way of how to tie my shoes. Yep. I don't do it like everybody else do. Listen, I take the 2 bunny ears and I wrap it around our pool. So what? Y'all can laugh all y'all want. To this day, I still do that. Now, I know how to do the other way now, but I'm so more comfortable with the other way. Anyway, let's get to the story. So, my son, he was tying his shoes, and he gets to the last steps, and then he throws a fit. Oh, man, I can't do it, Dad. Dad, like, I keep messing up. I gotta do it again. I said, but man, everything that you did, you had to keep doing again. Nothing you did was on the first try. Potty training, picking your clothes out, washing yourself up, all this stuff you learned by keep doing it. I said, you know what's gonna happen if you stop now? You're not gonna get it. So you had to keep going. That's part of life. You had to keep going. Go ahead. Keep going. He kept getting closer and closer. When he finally did it, I gave him a high five. I said, see, what were you talking about? It's you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff we think of in our head. And I use now why I use that as an example? I use that as an example because when I was younger, I didn't have that extra push for certain stuff like that. You know, I kind of had to find a way to push myself. I was, you know, I that whole, you know, doing it over again and over again. I didn't understand that. You know, I thought like you had to be the best at everything you do, or you had to come in number one. And if you ain't coming number one, that just wasn't it. So now, instead of teaching my kid to win and you always gotta win and all that, I just teach them, you know, just expect to fail. That's right, expect to fail. That's how you learn. You learn from failure. You get better as you go. Getting him working out. I said, you know, don't gotta be perfect. Just do it. You're gonna get better at it. Just do it. I know it's hard. You sweating, whatever. Just do it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that's the best advice I can give them. Respect failure. Alright, I'm going to start preaching. No, I'm not. Y'all got to tell the kids to expect failure. It's going to happen. You know, even the greatest winners, you know, they tried it a couple times, and then they fell, and then they fell, and they fell, and they fell until they got it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Alright. Learning lessons to not repeat them. You have to reflect every time, you know, you try to do something around when it happens, so it's fresh. You know, everything that you think of is a downfall or a mistake or a test or whatever. Try to reflect around as soon as it happens, so you could correct it. You know, a lot of times we'll let things linger for too long and it no longer become a problem when it was a problem this whole time. So you want to be in reflective stage of, you know, keep a journal or, you know, write stuff down. That way it keeps it fresh in your head. Like, okay, that's what happened. Let me go back so I can figure out what I did wrong there. You know, you have to ask yourself, did you fall off or did you fall forward? And some things in life we don't recover from, or it takes us a lifetime to recover from. You know, it might be a death, or it might be an accident or something. A car accident is something we went through. You know, sometimes a lot of stuff take us a lot to recover from. So with certain heavy situations, I would say take your time the way you need to. Don't think as if like it's the end of life or whatever like that. Always try to be optimistic. Always try to stay positive. And then you have to ask yourself, did you make progress? And did it put you in a better situation? Now, you might do something whereas though it might not be, you know, much of a big deal for somebody, right? But here's the thing. You define success. Right? You define success. So if you tried out, let's say you try to do marketing, right? Now you might not excel in marketing, but let's say you tried it for a little bit. Guess what? You learned the experience. You learned some communication skills. Now guess what? Now you could apply it into something that you had something brewing all along, or something you might run into, and you might need those communication skills, those networking skills, or whatever you learned in order to land that job or that career or just anything. So don't think of things as losses, think of them as lessons. And don't think of things as you wasting your time. And if you feel as though you getting into something, get the most of it. If you don't continue to do it, get the most of it, whatever it is. If you tried out for basketball, learn how to dribble so you can do something. You know what I mean? Something that could lead you into something. It make the progress. It's not all. It's not a loss if you make progress. It's only a loss if you just gave up and you stopped trying and you stopped looking for the lessons. Now, the comeback story. Everybody loves a good comeback story. I love a good comeback story. I like especially sports movies and stuff like that. I like that it's so much inspiration and motivation watching it. But when you hit rock bottom, it's a good thing. It's a good thing because for one, you don't have nothing to lose, and for two, you're already down here, so your only way is up. A lot of people, will see rock bottom as like a bad place, but a lot of creative ideas, a lot of inspiration, motivation, you know what I mean? 'Cause now all you have is just simplest, tools for success. Is you belief and faith and effort. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the keys. They the basis right there, and that's all you ever needed. A lot of times, people assume rock bottom, like I said, is a bad place when it's really not. That's when you become more inspired to do what you need to do. I believe that. So embracing the new, creating new habits, and adopt new behavior. You can't grow doing the same thing, hanging around the same people, talking about the same stuff. You just can't. Because a lot of that stuff that you feed into your mind, a lot of that energy around, it's not needed for your growth. It's not needed for you to go to the next plateau in your life. And sometimes you need to cut a lot of that stuff off. Whether it's a diet change, whether it's a mindset change, or just people, environment change, anything to get you in a better mindset to achieve your goals. A lot of that stuff, like I said, if you want to fly, you got to leave the stuff that weighs you down. Now, with this comes the uncomfortable stage of the old mixing with the new. Now, last episode we talked about pairing the bad habits with the good habits. A lot of stuff that I did, a lot of stuff I'm talking about is stuff that I've done and stuff that I may still be going through, which is fine, because here's the thing. You don't want to see people as, I'm gonna say this. I don't think anyone should be put on a pedestal. And I also don't believe that people should be looked at in a certain way and say, oh, he's always like this and no. We're all just human. That's it. So don't, for me, it's just like, I'd rather tell you about the things, that I've been through, stuff that I healed from, and stuff that I'm still going through. That way, you know what I mean, you heal and I heal as you heal for some of these things. That's just me being honest. Some people don't think like that. Some people may think, excuse the dog barking in the background. It's cool. He being him. But yeah, you kind of want to see people as people. Don't think celebrity or anybody. Don't put them on a pedestal. Just treat them like they're people, because we're all gonna do things, and we all gonna things gonna happen. I mean, you can't do nothing about it, right? So it's not easy stepping into newness, because every time you leave, something keeps pulling you back, telling you that they need you in their life when you don't. Gotta let it go. You know what I mean? You have to let it go. That's the hard part, because I've been tight since y'all been doing it for so long. It's even the toxic stuff don't even seem toxic to you. Even the destructive stuff don't seem destructive to you. You might be like, okay, I'm having a good time, or I like this toxic stuff. This stuff I like, but you want to grow. Key thing is you want to grow. You gotta let it go. You want to grow, you gotta let it go. Stay consistent. Now, with staying consistent, you have to remind yourself of the pain and the suffering you went through to get here. Like you have to put yourself in the mindset. That's another thing keep you inspired and motivated. Is it's certain songs like Beanie Siegel and Eve. Remember them days? Certain stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just remembering your past, your former life, and realize, okay, I'm stepping into newness. This feel good, but it feel awkward because it's like the old and the new. But I feel better. I feel lighter. I'm more alive. I'm smiling more. I'm enjoying life. Keep that in your head. That'll keep you motivated. Keep you consistent. So, this is my segment on growth. As I continue to do these more and more, I feel like it's therapeutic for me, and I know a lot of what I'm talking about can be therapeutic for others as well, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to do something like this, because it's just like I said, I just think we need healing in this world. I think that we need to really look at ourselves and, just become better people. That's all. So, till next time, love, peace, and harmony. Hey everybody, this is Ryan McKee from A New Perspective. If you like my content, like, comment, and subscribe. Share, tell a friend, and tell a friend. I'm going to be dropping episodes every Monday between 7 8 p.m. So, stay tuned. Also, follow me on Facebook as Ryan Accomplice McKee. And you can follow me on Instagram at ace_McKee. Once again, I'm going to be dropping episodes every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. So like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend, and share. Love, peace, and harmony, y'all.